All right, let's get started. Thanks for joining me tonight. When we're recording this, it's Tuesday because Team Talk Tuesday doesn't happen on Monday or Wednesday or any other day of the week. But if you're watching the replay on YouTube, welcome. Thank you for taking the time to listen and hopefully to grow your mind, grow your business. And hopefully this is a good use of your time. I know that there's lots of things you could be doing on a beautiful summer Tuesday evening. So thanks for spending your time with me. Quick introduction. If you don't know me, my name is Catherine. I'm a superstar director with Scentsy. I've been with Scentsy for 11 and a half years now. I am passionate about doing things as simply as possible because I really believe that time is your greatest asset and it can only be spent once. So I want to make sure that I'm spending my time wisely, and I encourage you to find ways to do the same. So today, though, we are going to be talking about you. We're going to be talking specifically about future you. Okay, you may have heard the saying, I'm sure you've heard the saying that change is the only constant in life. Nothing stays the same for very long. And I'm sure that you can relate to that. I want you to think back 5 years ago. Okay, think about who you were, what stage of life you were in, what stage your relationships were in, your family, maybe your job or your career, your health, anything like that. What has changed for you in the last 5 years? And I think sometimes we get so just in our daily lives, and it feels like we are just going through the motions and going through the motions and doing the same old, that if we don't stop and look back figuratively and see how far we've come, it feels like nothing has changed. But if you stop and actually consider, like, who was I in June 2017? You know, what was I doing? What was my family like? What was my life like? What was my home like? What was happening? And really, we don't even have to go back 5 years, even 2 years, the last 2.5 years. So many things have changed, right? We used to have team meetings every couple of weeks in person in a coffee shop. And we haven't been able to do that. I think we're going to do it soon, though. All in-person events stopped. Everybody had to learn how to use Zoom. We were doing it before, it was cool, but everyone else had to learn. What else has changed in the last 2 years? The way we shop, the way we interact with other people, everything has changed. So now I want you to think back a little bit further. Okay, I want you to think back to when you were 10 years old, if you can remember that far. It was a long time for me, but think back to when you were 10 years old. Okay, you might have to close your eyes and picture yourself. What did you want to be when you grew up? Okay, when you were 20 or 30 or 40 or more, what did you want to be? Who did you want to be by the age that you're at now? Did you want to be like a doctor or a dentist? Or I think at one point I actually wanted to be a secretary. I don't know, that was a really big aspiration on my part. Did you want to, have a family? Did you want to have lots of kids or no kids? Did you want to travel lots? Did you want pets? What dreams did you have for your life when you were 10 years old? And then consider how many of those things have you accomplished or achieved by now? Do you have that family that you wanted? Are you working in the career field that you thought you would be? Have you been to the places you wanted to go? Have you got the pets that you wanted? Have you, gotten the degree or whatever it is that you wanted to do? Which of those things have you not done yet? I mean, like, do you still want to do those things that you wanted to do when you were 10? Like, maybe if you wanted to be Superman or the Little Mermaid, obviously those probably aren't still on your dream board, but are there still things that you haven't accomplished yet? Today, I want you to start dreaming again. Okay, your camera's off, nobody can see you. So I encourage you to close your eyes. Okay, and I want you to picture yourself, future you. I want you to picture yourself 5 years from today. Okay, so June 2027. And I want you to picture the best, happiest, healthiest, most accomplished and content version of yourself. Okay, I don't want you picturing like a Scentsy title or a destination. Okay, your future self 5 years from now isn't like, I'm a Scentsy director. Okay, what are you doing? What does your future look like? And what do you physically look like? Because that can help you with the picture, right? Is your hair longer or shorter? Maybe it's a different color. Mine is certainly a different color. What time does future you wake up in the morning? Do you like leap out of bed at 6 a.m. and start the day with a healthy breakfast or a workout, time for yourself? Does future you still hit the snooze button for as long as possible and wake up grumpy? Maybe you don't do that now. I do. Sometimes. What does future you do for your business? How big is your future team? What is your future team name when, not if, when you become a director with Scentsy, you get to name your team. What is your team name going to be? You can think of that ahead of time. It's really fun to dream about. Where will future you have traveled thanks to your Scentsy business? Will you have, left home for the first time? Will you have gotten a passport for the first time ever? Gone to new countries, states, provinces? Maybe you'll have paid off debt thanks to your Scentsy business. Maybe you'll have paid off a car or a credit card or a mortgage. Will you be in a new home, a different apartment, or maybe even your own home? What does future you wear? Like on a regular Tuesday, like today, when future you wakes up in the morning, what does future you put on? How does future you show up in your future business, future of your Scentsy business, not a different business? I hope you'll stick around. Here's the thing, the things that you're doing right now are giving you right now results. So to get those future you results, the ones where your life is more of what you want, you need to start showing up now as future you. And that might sound crazy, like I can't show up as 5 years older me, but you can start by taking the little steps that add up to future you, right? That means that current you today, right here, right now, can start introducing healthy habits one at a time. We've talked about that a lot this year. If future you hosts weekly team or monthly team meetings, that means that current you can start that right now. You can start small. Even if you have a team of one other person, you can have a chat every week or every month. Start it now and stay consistent. It's easier to do with a bigger team later than to start once your team is huge, right? If you start small, it's easier to grow into that. Knowing future you, having done that little daydream and figured out what future you looks like and what future you eats for breakfast and where you live and all of those things, it helps you make good decisions now. Okay. If future you isn't going to hang out in like leggings and sweats and messy hair 24/7, then you might choose to change that up now. See how differently you act and conduct your business when you dress differently. Now, for the record, I am all for leggings, sweatshirts, and messy hair, like a lot. But I also know that I show up differently for my family and my team and my customers and the world in general when I wash my hair, when I put makeup on, and I feel cute or put together. It's like science or something. So consider that. I'm not saying you need to like wear a suit at home to work your business, but if you know that you are more likely to take the pictures, do the video, talk to people, like start a conversation with someone, if you're feeling a little bit pulled together, start that now. Baby steps. If future you is going to earn the annual sales award and that cash bonus and trophy every year, then right now you in the present is going to start having more Scentsy Club conversations and booking conversations. You're going to do more networking. You're going to do more follow-ups because those actions that you take right now in the present build up to that future. They create future you. If future you is going to have a huge team with at least 100 frontline consultants, then present you is going to have more recruiting conversations. Present you is going to be sharing this join special with everyone you talk to. See, the future you is not a destination that you just arrive at in 5 years. Right now, you are future you to 5 years ago you. Right? Remember at the beginning, we thought back to who we were 5 years ago in 2017 and all the things that have changed. So 5 years from now, whatever you've been doing is going to determine who you are then. You didn't arrive here all at once. You are who you are today because of those small or big daily actions that you've chosen over the last 5 years. Now, of course, like there are lots of choices that we all have. And I know that life happens to all of us, every single one of us. And there are things that nobody can predict that will throw us off for a time. Sometimes those are huge things that affect everyone, like a pandemic. Sometimes those are huge things that affect just you or just your family, like the loss of a loved one or a serious diagnosis or something else, some other trauma. Whatever it is, all of us encounter that kind of stuff multiple times in our lives. But it is how we choose to respond to those, I'll call them life moments, that decides who we will turn into and grow into as the future unfolds. So in short, every choice that you make today and tomorrow, every follow-up message you send, or every time you choose Netflix instead, those add up. Those add up over the week, over the month, and over the years. And those are the building blocks of future you and of your future business. So I want you to think of one thing, just one. There's no like big multi-point checklist. I want you to choose one thing that you can start today or tomorrow at the latest. One thing that will move you towards becoming the future you that you pictured. And it may not be a Scentsy thing. It might not be taking in more training or doing more follow-ups. It might be a personal thing. You may need to level up personally before leveling up in business. You may need to learn new things, new ways of being resilient, new ways of teaching, new ways of taking care of yourself. Apparently I can't speak today. Before you can take care of a bigger team or a bigger business. Sometimes that personal leveling up is really difficult and really painful, but the only way through it is through it. So choose one thing that will make the most impact, something that you can start today and do it today and do it tomorrow and do it the next day and do it every day for the rest of the year so that future you at the end of the year is that much closer to the future you that you pictured. And honestly, I'm looking forward to meeting future you.